I don't know if you can relate to this, but I spent most of my life searching for peace, and I never felt like I truly fit in. I have to tell you that when I was thinking of what video I was going to do this week, everything just felt tone deaf to me in light of everything that's going on. Everything that's happened, all of the devastation and the destruction. And we had a personal thing going on here with Obi. He's better now, but I basically spent 3-4 days doing nothing but crying and laying next to him. So it's a very overwhelming time in the world right now, but it got me thinking about my quest for peace. And it got me thinking back on how I've never completely felt like I fit in. Ever since a young age, I remember distinctly at the age of 7, realizing that something was different. And I wasn't interested in all of the exact same things that the other kids around me were interested in. And no matter where I was, even when I had friends around me and I was doing all the normal things that you do when you're 7, there was this part of me inside that just felt like I didn't fit in. I would get overwhelmed very easily by regular things, by school, by noise, and I was always seeking peace. I remember having this feeling around the age of 8 that it wasn't safe to be in my body, that the world wasn't safe. And this doesn't really make sense because I had a very stable household that I grew up in, but it was this internal thing that was going on with me. I had these experiences growing up. I'd be somewhere like the playground or the designated driver at a party or at a sleepover, and I'd be having fun at first, and then my mind would suddenly start to check out. I would feel really out of place, like I didn't fit in the moment. I had a really low tolerance for things that felt inauthentic or fake. I was really sensitive to the stimulus of everything around me, and I always felt things on this really deep level. And when you feel things deeply, it's an interesting experience interacting with the world and going about your daily life. And these experiences only grew deeper as I got older. Even since childhood, I was always deeply interested in things that were spiritual. I always longed for things that seemed bigger than the world right in front of me. Something that felt truly real, more real than the material world that I was experiencing. There's never been a moment from my earliest memory that I didn't believe that there was a God. And I had some different versions of God in my journey along the way, but it wasn't until I truly met the Creator of all things, the one true God, and I surrendered my life to Him, and I learned of His character, and I read His word, and I planted it in my heart, that I finally understood why I felt all of the things that I felt my whole life, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. I believe we are all born with a void. We know that something's missing, but we often can't put our finger on it. We feel like a pilgrim in a foreign land, And it reminds me of that hymn, "This world is not my home, I'm just passing through." We know that there's something about this world that seems fleeting or doesn't even seem real sometimes. And I think deep down in our soul, it's imprinted on us to want to fill that void. And in this world today, people fill it with all sorts of things. We fill it with philosophies and shadows of the truth. We fill it with substances. We fill it with entertainment. We fill it with relationships because we are chasing something that feels real and solid that can fill the hole inside. And I think those of us who feel things deeply and we're so aware that there's more than this life, we can so easily feel like we don't fit in. I remember this quest to find peace. I just wanted peace, and it would come as easily as it would go, and I would find moments of it that would be wonderful, and then something would happen and it would leave. I went searching for it in different scenarios and different philosophies. I remember after surrendering my life to the Lord, I was reading the verse in John where it says, "My peace I leave with you, peace I give to you, not as the world gives do I give." And I said, oh, I have been chasing peace in everything but the one true God. And it is this peace that will hold you when you're falling apart. It's a peace that surpasses all worldly understanding and wisdom. It's a peace that is eternal, and so it is so much bigger than this life. And it fills that God-sized hole that we are born with, that we go out on this quest into the world trying to fill. And I know that no matter what happens in my life or in this world, I can continue to fall deeper into that peace. And I know it's not the kind that comes and goes. It's there, it's available 24/7, like a fresh spring that comes forth from the earth. And it's available through Christ. And I am so thankful when I look at the broken world that there is an eternal hope, a blessed hope, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. And it's available to everyone. And so I hope that this video gave you some rest today, gave you some hope, gave you some peace. I love you. I am so thankful for all of you friends. I appreciate you for being here and spending a piece of your precious day with me. And Lord willing, I will see each and every one of you, beautiful and precious souls, right here on the next one. Bye, friends.